Hey, we're sneaking up on Carl. Let's go get in his house. Welcome to Walk and Talk. Hey,
come on in,
what's
baby.
up, buddy?
What's up,
How
man?
are you?
Good.
Another day in paradise?
It is indeed.
Welcome to Walk and Talk, guys.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us again. Today, you get to know who we are. We've been doing interviews now for the last, 13 weeks.
Yeah.
And you don't even know what we do or how we do it.
Who is he? Who am I?
So today, you're going to get a little glimpse inside of my life and Carl's life. Carl's been gracious enough to allow us to take over his home. He kicked his family out, and now we took everything over. So.
So YouTube, thanks for coming to my house for this episode. It's kind of pretty cool. We're actually going to be we're going to drink some Don Pablo right now out of this machine right here. Super espresso, love it. Super automatic, and we're going to rock and roll. Here you are, sir. Thanks for coming by.
Oh, wow.
All right, welcome YouTube. Rapid fire this week, we have Chef Mike.
Thanks
The
for
one and
having me.
only, the one and only.
I'm excited, man. I got my Don Pablo coffee.
I know. And by the way, Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters sponsoring this segment. Look below for the 20% off coupon code. It's WIT, Walk and Talk. Love it. Mike, tequila or bourbon?
Tequila.
Favorite beer right now?
Kona Brewing Longboard IPA.
Nice. If given a choice to do it all over again, would you still be a chef knowing what you know now?
It's a yes and a no. I love the knowledge that I have and I love the business, but at the same time, if I could be a doctor or a lawyer or something that makes tons of money and I don't have to work, that's the route.
I get it. Everybody's got to work. All right. Biggest kitchen pet peeve?
A dirty station. Can't have dirty station, man. Clean, guys out there, clean your station. Servers, clean your station. Just keep clean kitchen.
Seriously, side work. Okay. Bucket list restaurant you haven't visited?
French Laundry. Thomas Keller, that's my guy, man.
I agree. Nobody's ever asked me these questions, but I agree. Cornstarch or Gold Bond?
Oh, all natural. I don't need that stuff, man. Take a shower.
Cornstarch it is. Contra or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat 3 on Sega Genesis.
Okay. How do you prefer your steak cooked?
Medium rare.
If you were on death row because you finally lost it in the kitchen, what would your final meal be?
Something cooked by my mom. She makes this goulash that's just amazing.
Have you ever made someone cry in the kitchen?
I have, but not on purpose.
You make me cry too, I have to tell you. Have you ever thrown something at someone in the kitchen?
No, but I've had something thrown at me.
Okay. On a spur-of-the-moment decision, do you ask for permission or beg for forgiveness?
Beg for forgiveness later.
Worst thing someone can do during a dinner rush?
Forget to bring something in. You know, you got an 8-top and they bring in 7 of the 8 items and then you pick everything up and they're like, oh, where's such and such? And then we don't have it and it holds the whole table up and that's how you crash.
Have you ever tasted bar soap?
No, I was a good kid until I turned like 10 and then I rebelled.
Music in the kitchen or silence?
Silence.
New York style or Chicago style pizza?
I love a good Chicago pizza, man. But New York style, I grew up there, so what can I say? I'm gonna go New York.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done to a well-liked chef on their last day in the kitchen?
Oh, we plastic wrapped their entire car. Just rolls and rolls of plastic wrap. It took them like, I don't know, an hour to get it off.
Best piece of advice ever given?
Put your head down and work. Work first, grieve later.
How do you take your coffee?
I take it black.
All right.
Just like this, man.
Wow. You know, I like it black too, just like I like my my sports cars. Cheers.
There you go. There it is. Thanks. It's fun being on this side.
I know, and I'm not often on this side, so this is pretty cool. Hey, thanks for coming over. We're gonna cook some stuff today. So I'm excited about that. We're gonna eat good today.
Oh yeah, our lunch is going to be fantastic, and I get to make it for you.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
We're gonna start doing this more often.
Well, YouTube, that's a little bit about me, at least from a rapid fire standpoint. Let's get into the kitchen.
Let's do it.
YouTube, welcome to Carl's Kitchen. Carl, thanks for having me in the kitchen. Man.
My pleasure, man. I can't wait to eat today, man. This
It's
is
going to be some great stuff, dude.
What are we doing today?
So today we've got an apple brine chicken that I brined for 24 hours yesterday. We got some barley risotto. We got some Brussels sprouts that we're going to do with some bacon powder, caramelized onions, and a grain mustard vinaigrette, some crispy leeks, and we got a little bit of braised red cabbage. So I've put together some things ahead of time so that for the sake of not staring at us for an hour, because that gets boring, we put some of these things together. So you ready to jump in?
I'm gonna help. I am going to help today.
Love it. Get your rear end over there. Let's get this going.
All right.
All right, so we've got a little bit of leeks here. Let's get a little bit of garlic oil on top. There you go. A little bit of salt and pepper.
Boom.
Bang.
Just like that.
Mix it up with your hand. Don't be afraid.
Who's afraid? What are you talking about?
Love it.
All right, I'm just popping this in here.
So we're putting that right into the air fryer, guys.
Okay.
It's set at 225 degrees. It's going to be in there for probably about 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
So go ahead and close that. Turn that on.
Go ahead.
All right. 10 minutes here. Forget about it. So as Carl's washing his hands here, let's go through a couple of things that I always have as staples in my kitchen. At home, no matter what, I always have some garlic oil. Always have it. Garlic oil. I always have my salt, my pepper. I always keep a little container on the side of the stove there. I always have minced herbs. I always have a roux. Those are some of the staples in my kitchen. So as you're cooking and you're putting together dishes, you really want to think about what are the things that you use all the time, and there's a lot of things that go into it, and those are some of the staples that I have. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to get into the barley risotto here. I've got a pot that's been on, so we're going to turn that up to about medium heat. Today we are cooking with gas, people. So I know a lot of people at home have electric stoves. I have electric stove. Carl spoiled me. He gave me a gas stove to play with. So we're going to use a little bit of garlic oil. Coat the bottom of the pan. We're going to go here with a little bit of onion. And we've got a little bit of fresh chopped garlic. My garlic, I like to slice real thin as opposed to minced. I think it caramelizes just a little bit better. And we're gonna let this turn a little bit golden brown, okay? As we're waiting for this here, we're gonna get our chicken juice started. So again, we're gonna go with a little bit of garlic oil. We're gonna do some onions. And we're gonna do some garlic. Carl helped me out today. He was clutch. Had a little bit of garlic for me in the fridge.
Always, baby. Got your
Chef
back.
forgets some things sometimes, you know?
Well, that's kind of what I do for a living.
See? The produce man had the produce.
I always have the produce.
Fantastic, Carl. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So while we're waiting for this to brown here, what we have here, we've got a little bit of braised red cabbage. So I started this last night.
You know what, Chef? Braised. What is braised?
It's cooked in a liquid for a long period of time to help tenderize something.
Okay.
So braising, you know, you may do it on a piece of meat that's a tough cut, like a short rib, or you can do it on a vegetable. Again, that's a very hard vegetable. Cabbage, very hard vegetable. You can't just cook it for 3 seconds and it's ready to go. So this here, guys, what we have, a little bit of onion, bacon, red wine vinegar,
You're saying all the right
apple
stuff.
juice,
Yep.
brown sugar, regular sugar, salt and pepper. Simple enough.
What
Put
do
it
we
all
eat?
together. We're letting it cook down. This one is to die for.
How long does this take?
It's about a 45-minute to an hour and 20-minute process.
Okay.
It just depends on how fast you really need it. I like it to go low and slow, so it takes closer to an hour.
Kind of want it now, so I guess, you know, we have to wait, I guess.
You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait on this one. So we're going to let that go for a little bit, and we are cooking this off here.
All right, so Mike, what do we got going on?
Our chicken is just about done. We're gonna let it sit here and let the juices redistribute and rest. We have got our Brussels. Woo, look at those, Carl.
Oh, wow.
You see that? Look at what you did to them.
Oh, my goodness.
It's so good. So they've got just a few more minutes right there. As we're waiting for that to happen, we're gonna thicken our sauce here. So remember, what did I tell you? What is this here?
What? Roux?
That's a roux. Ah, look,
Come
man,
on,
he
man.
knows what it is. What's roux?
That's the name of a mouse, I think. No? What is that?
Winnie the Pooh, Kanga, and Roux?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what happens when you got kids. So this is whole butter and flour cooked together, and this is what you use to thicken sauces. So there's obviously multiple ways to thicken sauces in the kitchen, but this for a gravy is basically one of the best things that you can do. The flour and the butter, since they're cooked down, it's got a little bit of a nutty flavor, so it's going to help add some flavor to this. You could also thicken it if you wanted to with a cornstarch. I mean,
You know, if my father was here, he would say, "Put more butter." He would say it just like that. You know, just food for thought, everyone.
hey, butter is better.
Butter is better.
Fat is flavor. You know why things taste so good sometimes? Because they're fatty.
Oh my God.
Fat is flavor, man.
That's because I'm delicious.
Well, we all know that. Come on, Carl. All right, so we've got this mixed in here pretty good. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pull up our braised cabbage here. So you can see that we've got a lot of liquid in there, right? And it's not very thick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna thicken that with a little bit of cornstarch, and not a ton, just enough so that it helps coat the cabbage, okay? So we've got a little cornstarch slurry here. So this here is just a little bit of cornstarch and water. So when you're making a cornstarch slurry, you're literally just putting water and cornstarch, but it's all about the thickness of it. You don't want to make it like water. It's got to have some thickness to it. This is what gives your item thickening power, okay? So we're going to turn this up so it comes to a nice little simmer there, and we are going to slowly add some of the cornstarch in. Not a ton, okay? Maybe that's about 2 tablespoons, if that. Tablespoon and a half. And obviously, you're gonna be able to get all these recipes for everything you're seeing right here. I'm gonna write them all out for you. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, but we will get it. We will post it on our Instagram. We're gonna post it on our website. Come check it out. What's our website called?
www.thewalkandtalk.com.
Fantastic. All right, so here, Carl, you get a little sneak preview.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
Bring it.
That's for you.
Bring it, baby.
It's hot, baby, so be
That's
careful. Don't hurt yourself.
What? Wow.
All right. Now,
Oh
we've
my
got
God.
our barley risotto.
I'm
So,
still on the cabbage, man. Like
Wait.
that's something else.
Just wait. We're gonna add a little bit of fresh shredded Parmesan. Give this a good mix. Let that Parmesan melt. See how nice and creamy this is? Got all that love in there, man.
You know, I'm not a big fan of barley, but that's looking pretty good.
You know what? I think you're gonna love it. We're gonna add a little bit of fresh herb, help brighten it up a little bit.
I really wasn't sure what to expect on that cabbage either, and I mean, wow.
I'm gonna do just one more thing of Parmesan here. You can't ever have enough cheese, right, Carl?
You ain't lying.
The Italian in you is probably going gaga.
You're like, hey, do you have any Parmesan? I'm like, oh, are you crazy?
So,
What are you, stunad? What is this?
so we do have one other thing that I've made off camera. So the bacon fat, so there's bacon in the cabbage here, right?
Okay.
So I rendered down that bacon last night and I saved the grease. And I turned that bacon grease into bacon powder.
Oh, wow. How the hell did you do that?
Oh man, it's a secret.
That is a secret.
It's a
I bet,
secret.
huh?
A little bit of multidextrin, bacon grease.
What'd you call me?
Oh, well, you know, if you look it up, multidextrin, It's something that can turn any fat into a powder. So there's a little bit of molecular gastronomy for you.
Oh, wow.
So we've got our sauce here. We're gonna turn this back up.
Okay, Professor.
Let it bubble, bubble, bubble. Double bubble, boil, and trouble. See how it's nice and thick. Ooh, that's gonna be good. Yeah, maybe we'll let Carl taste that one too. There you go, Carl. That's for you, baby.
Nice.
Can you do it?
Wow.
Probably
This
needs
is like-
a little bit of salt.
This is like smiles all the way around.
Now, we've got our Brussels sprouts. See how nice and golden brown those guys are? Okay, air fryer. If you don't have one, get one, invest in it. You'll love it.
What are those, about
Here.
150 bucks?
No, God. You know what? I got this Black Friday 2 years ago. $15, sir.
Get out of here.
Here, we got a little bit of green mustard vinaigrette. We're gonna hit it with some salt. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of fresh pepper.
Oh my God, look at that.
So for all you people out there who don't like Brussels sprouts, I dare you to try this one and eat them because I tell you what, they're fantastic.
Yeah, if somebody doesn't, I mean, I can tell just by looking at that. You don't like that, there's something wrong with you.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Fantastic. All right, guys, we're gonna get this plated up for you. Give us a couple of seconds. We're gonna, with the magic of TV, we're gonna set up somewhere. We can do a nice, beautiful plating for you. Welcome to Walk and Talk in the kitchen with Carl and Mike.
All right. I
Let's
can't
do
wait
it.
to eat. Let's do this.
All right, man. All right, guys, here we go. Carl, are you ready?
Oh my God.
So we finished a couple of things off camera. First we're gonna do is we're gonna slice the chicken, because you gotta have a nice little presentation.
What kind of knife are you using?
A knife that is sharp. That's the
Okay.
most important piece.
Love it.
So for all you in the home kitchen there, it's not about $1 million knife. This isn't a $1 million knife. It's not a $5,000 knife. It's not even a $200 knife. This knife was $80.
And
guess
it's
what?
sharp.
I could shave with it. See how creamy that is?
Oh my goodness.
That's that Parmesan, a little bit of chicken stock. Okay. Nice little bit right there. We're gonna come in here next. Got a little bit of our braised cabbage. Pull that off right to the side. You get one chance with this. Bright red, you are not wiping anything off that plate. One shot. Did I do it? All right. We're gonna do a little bit of the acorn squash. Okay, this is a beautiful fall dish. Here, we've got our Brussels sprouts. Oh, those nice colors on that plate. So when you're putting together a plate and you're thinking about what are you gonna make for dinner, how do you put it together a good looking plate, it's all about textures. You got different textures going on there. You've got something that's braised, that really soft. You've got that acorn squash that's got a little bit of crispness and then soft on the outside. You've got the creaminess of the risotto. We're gonna have the crispy of the leeks. And you've got color. There's color everywhere. Okay, go here. A little bit of that. Oh, it fell on me. But that's all right, we're gonna let it fall where it's gonna fall. Okay. Got a little bit of our jus here. Now this one here, we strained. It's got that beautiful flavor, but we don't have all those things in there. And then finally, last but not least, Carl,
Oof.
bacon powder, man.
My goodness.
This bacon powder just belongs right there. Just like that.
Just like that.
And that's what we got.
A little dab will do you.
Well, guys, and there you have it. Well, guys, thanks for joining us today at Walk and Talk. We really appreciate your time. Again, like, subscribe below. And Carl, thanks for having me in your house.
Y'all need to, you can stay, y'all need to go. We're gonna eat this.
All right, guys. Have a great one.